Have you ever felt that nagging doubt when looking at a new car's price tag? The feeling that you're paying for a badge, not for superior engineering? What if I told you that a 50,000 euros Mercedes is hiding a Renault engine? That a premium Peugeot is secretly a Citroën in a fancy suit with a 20,000 euros markup for the masquerade? Or that a Volkswagen, sold as a Revolution, was such a disaster the company had to hide 10,000 of them while they scrambled to fix software that barely worked? Welcome to the grand illusion of the European automotive industry. We've dug past the glossy brochures and slick marketing to analyze the shared platforms, the real-world build differences, and the markup strategies that define Europe's most audacious automotive scams. What we've unearthed will permanently alter how you see these celebrated brands. On our list today, one car shares 80% of its parts, with a model costing half the price. Another uses an engine so problematic it's been recalled in a dozen countries, yet it's still sold at a premium. And the jewel of our investigation? The first standalone model from a performance brand that's nothing more than a marketing gimmick, performing no better than the humble car it's based on. If you believe a premium price should guarantee premium quality and that transparency matters, you're in the right place. The secrets we're about to expose are the ones manufacturers pray you'll never discover. So, if you're ready to look behind the curtain and arm yourself with the truth, do yourself a favor and smash that subscribe button right now. Ring the bell, because this information will save you thousands. Let's get started. Car number 10, the Italian Imposter, Alfa Romeo Tonale, 2022 present. Let's begin with a tale of passion, heritage, and a shared platform with a Dodge. The Alfa Romeo Tonale, launched in 2022 with a starting price around 39,000 euros, was meant to be the savior of the legendary Italian brand. It's presented as a masterpiece of Italian design and sporty dynamics. The reality? It's a prime example of Stellantis' cynical cost-cutting, built on the same architecture as the American Dodge Hornet and the humble Jeep Compass. You heard that correctly. The small-wide 4x4 platform under the Tonale was engineered for mass-market American SUVs, not a vehicle aspiring to compete with BMW and Audi. While Alfa's engineers worked magic on the suspension and steering to infuse some of that signature Cuore Sportivo, sporting heart, they can't defy the laws of physics or economics. The fundamental architecture is compromised. The powertrain options tell the same story. The top-tier plug-in hybrid system is a direct transplant from its American cousins. This isn't bespoke Italian performance engineering, it's a corporate solution designed for economy of scale. When you pay for the Alfa badge, you expect exclusivity, not a powertrain you can find in a Dodge dealership in Ohio. The result is a vehicle in an identity crisis. It's more engaging to drive than a Jeep, certainly, but it falls short of the dynamic excellence promised by its badge and demanded by its price. The interior is stylish, but peer closely, and you'll find switchgear and materials that feel disappointingly mainstream. You're paying for the beautiful Alfa bodywork, but underneath, you're driving a cleverly disguised and significantly marked up American-designed SUV. Car number 9, the four-ringed farce, Audi Q2 2016 present. The Audi Q2 might be the most brazen piece of badge engineering from the entire Volkswagen Group. Launched in 2016 and marketed as a premium compact SUV with prices starting at 35,000 euros, it's designed to lure you into the prestigious world of Audi. The scam? You're essentially buying a Volkswagen Polo on stilts, adorned with an aggressive grille and a shocking 15,000 euros price hike. The Q2 is built on the MQB A1 platform, a slightly stretched version of the A0 platform from the Polo. The wheelbase difference is a mere 37 millimeters less than the length of your thumb, for which Audi asks a fortune. The engines, transmissions, and core suspension components are all lifted directly from the VW Group's communal parts bin, shared with Skoda and Seat models that cost a fraction of the price. So, what does your 15,000 euros premium buy? Plastic wheel arch cladding, a different set of headlights, and the famed Audi virtual cockpit. That cockpit, a digital screen, is a perfect microcosm of this deception. It costs Audi an estimated 400 euros per unit, yet it's used to justify a 2,000 euros plus jump in price. Step inside and the illusion shatters. The interior is a sea of hard, scratchy plastics that would feel disappointing in a high-spec Golf. The Q2 exists for one reason: to exploit the power of its brand. It's the automotive equivalent of a designer keychain for those who can't afford the handbag. Except this keychain costs 40,000 euros and drives like the economy hatchback it truly is. Sales data proves the strategy works. The Q2 outsells its more honest sibling, the A1, by 3 to 1. People are willingly paying a small fortune for plastic trim and the privilege of saying they drive an Audi SUV. Car number 8. The Gallic Grenade. Peugeot 408-202 to present. Peugeot positions its 202-2408 as a daring premium fastback crossover, demanding up to 40,000 euros. The grim reality is that this car is a masterclass in repackaging old technology and known failures. It's built on the decade-old EMP2 platform, shared with nearly 24 other Stellantis models, and is frequently powered by an engine infamous for catastrophic failures. The EMP2 platform also underpins the Citroën C5 Aircross, the Opel Grandland, and even the van-like Fiat Ulysses. The platform debuted in 2013. You are paying 2025 prices for technology from when the iPhone 5S was new. But the truly unforgivable scandal is the 1.2-liter PureTech engine. This engine is notorious for its wet timing belt, which runs in oil. The belt degrades, contaminating the engine oil with rubber particles. This clogs the oil pump, leading to a sudden loss of oil pressure, brake failure, and ultimately, complete engine destruction. Consumer groups have documented thousands of such failures. Stellantis has issued recalls and extended warranties, yet they continue to install this ticking time bomb in new 40,000 euros cars. The 408's fastback design only compounds the issues. It sacrifices practicality for style, offering less rear headroom, a smaller trunk, and poorer visibility than its SUV siblings. You are paying a premium to get a less functional vehicle. Stellantis pushes the 408 relentlessly because the profit margins are astronomical. The platform and components were paid off years ago. With minimal development costs, they charge a premium for what is essentially a stylish body on an old chassis with a dangerously flawed engine. Car number 7. The Emperor's New Clothes. Cupra Formentor 2020 present. The Cupra Formentor is the poster child for a brand invented in a marketing department. Launched in 2020 as the first standalone model from Seat's performance offshoot, it arrives with aggressive styling and a price that starts at 35,000 euros and can stretch to an eye-watering 60,000 euros. But here's the secret. It's a Seat Ateca in a tracksuit. It isn't faster, it doesn't handle better, and it's no more special than the cars it's based on. It just costs more. Built on the ubiquitous MQB Evo platform, the Formentor shares its mechanical soul with the Seat Leon, VW Golf, and Skoda Octavia. Cupra's contribution is to add some sporty seats, an angular body, and splash copper paint everywhere, then charge an 8,000 euros to 15,000 euros premium over an equivalent seat. The so-called Cupra driving modes are performance theater. They change throttle response and shift points, but on models without the expensive adaptive dampers, the actual suspension hardware remains identical. You're getting the illusion of sportiness without any meaningful dynamic improvement. The ultimate joke is the top-tier VZ5 model. For 60,000 euros, you get Audi's magnificent 5-cylinder engine in a car that can't justify the price. It's heavier and less dynamically sophisticated than the Audi it borrows its heart from. It's like putting a Ferrari engine in a Ford and charging Ferrari prices. Cupra claims to be a standalone brand, but it's really just Seat's marketing department with a different badge. You're not paying for engineering, you're paying for a marketing concept and the belief that copper trim makes a car faster. Car number 6. The Bavarian Betrayal. BMW 2 Series Active Tourer 2014 present. For decades, BMW promised the ultimate driving machine. Then, in 2014, came this, the 2 Series Active Tourer. Starting at 39,900 euros, this front-wheel drive minivan is the embodiment of BMW betraying its own values. It is not the ultimate driving machine, it is the ultimate profit machine. The Active Tourer is built on BMW's UKL2 platform, an architecture designed for front-wheel drive vehicles to save costs. It's the same platform that underpins the entire Mini range. BMW is charging you a premium price for a badge while delivering a driving experience at odds with everything the brand stands for. The entry-level models are powered by a 1.5-liter three-cylinder engine that vibrates, drones, and constantly reminds you that you bought the cheap BMW, except at nearly 40,000 euros, it is anything but cheap. BMW's most loyal fans are its harshest critics. In online forums, enthusiasts have nicknamed it the Shande Tourer, the Shame Tourer, lamenting its numb steering and van-like handling. The business case is clear. By sharing the platform with Mini, BMW slashes production costs. They then maintain premium pricing, resulting in gross profit margins estimated at 25–30% higher than on a true BMW like the 3 Series. Buyers aren't paying for engineering, they're paying for a badge on a box. Car number 5. The faux French luxury, DS7 2017 present. The DS7, originally DS7 Crossback, is Stellantis' audacious attempt to conjure a luxury brand out of thin air. Launched in 2017 with a price that begins at 45,000 euros, it presents itself as Parisian haute couture on wheels. But peel back the layers of quirky styling, and you'll find the humble bones of a Peugeot 3008, a family SUV that costs 20,000 euros less. It's built on the same EMP2 platform as its Peugeot and Citroën stablemates, sharing the same engines, transmissions, and core mechanicals. The DS7's claim to luxury rests on superficial differentiators: theatrical rotating headlights, a fancy dashboard clock that is notorious for breaking, and watch strap leather seats, which are just regular leather with unusual stitching. Even its one piece of clever tech, the active scan suspension, is a deception. It's available on the far cheaper Citroën C5 Aircross under a different name. It's the same technology, but DS gives it a fancy name and charges you thousands more. DS marketing loves to point out that French President Emmanuel Macron uses an armored DS7. This is a desperate attempt to associate with power and luxury. But the market is not fooled. DS sales are struggling. The brand is trapped too expensive for mainstream buyers and not special enough to tempt customers from established luxury marques. It is a pretend premium car for those who prioritize perceived status over genuine substance. Car number 4. The Korean-built compromise, Renault Arcana, 2021 present. The Renault Arcana, which arrived in Europe in 2021, is a monument to the flawed SUV coupe trend. The formula is cynical. Take a practical crossover, slap on a sloping roofline that decimates practicality, and charge a significant premium. Starting around 35,000 euros, the Arcana is pure style over substance, sold at a price that is nonsensical for what it is. The European Arcana is built in South Korea on the CMF-B platform, the same architecture underpinning the much cheaper Renault Captur and Clio. You're just buying a Captur with less headroom and a smaller trunk, but with an 8,000 euros to 10,000 euros premium. The E-Tech hybrid system adds another 6,000 euros to the price for fuel savings the average driver will likely never recoup. It's a complex, first-generation system with emerging reliability concerns, a worrying sign from a company not known for electrical dependability. The Arcana's budget origins are obvious inside. Inconsistent panel gaps, hard and scratchy plastics, and a lackluster infotainment system betray its mainstream roots. This is not a premium product. It's a mainstream car in a fashionable dress, and Renault is cashing in, hoping buyers are too mesmerized by the roofline to notice they're paying a premium for compromised packaging. Car number 3. The Anglo-German oxymoron, Mini Countryman, 2017 present. The name Mini Countryman is a contradiction. The second generation, launched in 2017, cemented this vehicle as neither mini nor, in any meaningful way, British. Starting at 39,000 euros, it's a German-engineered crossover, built in a German factory, wearing a British costume, and sold at BMW prices. The Countryman shares its UKL2 platform and most mechanicals with the BMW X1, same engines, transmissions, and suspension design. But while BMW markets the X1 as a practical family vehicle, Mini pretends the Countryman retains the iconic go-kart handling. It does not. It is a large, heavy crossover that drives like a small SUV. The pricing is particularly galling. A top-spec Countryman costs more than a Volkswagen Tiguan with more power and space. You are paying a premium for retro styling cues and Union Jack taillights. The brand leans heavily on its British racing heritage, but the Countryman is as British as bratwurst, assembled in Leipzig, Germany. Future models will even be built in China. The Countryman exists for two corporate reasons. BMW needed to amortize its platform costs, and Mini needed an SUV to stay relevant. The result is a cynical cash grab. You are paying for an imagined British heritage on a German car that's too big to be a Mini and too expensive to make sense. Car number 2, the three-pointed sham, Mercedes-Benz A-Class, 2018 present. The fourth-generation Mercedes-Benz A-Class, launched in 2018, is a shameless example of premium badge engineering. With a starting price of €38,000, you believe you're buying superlative German engineering. In reality, you are primarily buying a three-pointed star, because beneath the hood of many popular models beats a French heart. The 1.33-liter engine in the A160, A180, and A200 is not a Mercedes engine. It is the M282, co-developed with Renault-Nissan. This means your premium hatchback uses the same fundamental engine architecture found in a Renault Clio or Dacia Duster. While Mercedes assembles some units, the design is fundamentally Renault's. Yes, the A-Class rides on a Mercedes platform, but cost-cutting is evident elsewhere. The dual-clutch transmission is sourced from a third-party supplier, and the interior plastics and lower-spec models feel cheap a world away from the quality Mercedes was once known for. According to teardown analyses, the real manufacturing cost of a base A-Class is estimated to be just €14,000 to €16,000. Mercedes then charges more than double, banking on its badge. The ultimate proof? Taxi drivers love the A-Class. They know they're getting Renault's simple mechanicals with Mercedes' resale value, the only ones using the car for what it truly is. Car number 1, the beta test catastrophe, Volkswagen ID 32020 present. Our top spot goes to a car that was a fundamental betrayal of customer trust, the Volkswagen ID. Number 3. Launched in 2020 with prices from €33,300, this car was hailed as VW's revolution. Instead, early buyers were unwittingly enrolled as paying beta testers for a tragically unfinished product. The launch was a disaster. The software was so buggy, VW was forced to park 10,000 new cars, awaiting critical updates. Customers who had paid €40,000 found basic functions were unusable. The augmented reality head-up display didn't work. The driver aids would randomly slam on the brakes. The infotainment screen crashed daily. German owner forums documented over 300 distinct software bugs in the first year. But here is the real scandal. While ID3 owners struggled, the brand new Golf 8 was available in the same showrooms, starting at just €28,500. The Golf worked perfectly. It had superior build quality and cost up to €15,000 less than the digital disaster that was the ID3. Yet, VW, aided by government incentives that masked the inflated price, pushed the ID3 with all its might. Teardown analyses reveal the manufacturing cost is around €18,000 to €20,000. The pricing represented a colossal premium for the suffering of being an early adopter. The 2023 refresh fixed many problems, but that's no consolation for the pioneers who paid full price to be VW's unpaid quality control department. They were charged €40,000 to debug Volkswagen's car. So there you have it, 10 cars, 10 examples of cynical marketing and broken promises. Platform sharing isn't the enemy, but when it's used to deceive customers to charge a premium for an ordinary car in a costume, it becomes a scam. The pattern is undeniable. Brands are prioritizing profit margins over value. They are exploiting your loyalty, but knowledge is power. The resale value of these cars often tells the real story, depreciating faster than their honest counterparts. The market eventually corrects the lies. You have the power to stop this. Choose the honest car. The Skoda Kamiq offers 95% of the Audi Q2 experience for €12,000 less. The Seat Ateca does everything the Cupra Formentor does, without the pretense. Every time an informed buyer chooses value over a badge, it sends a powerful message. And that's where this community comes in. What are your experiences? Have you owned one of these cars? Do you know of another badge-engineered scam we should investigate? Share your story in the comments below. Your experience helps everyone here make smarter decisions. If this video has opened your eyes or saved you from a costly mistake, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We are committed to bringing you the unvarnished automotive truth. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.